Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. As the Mayor indicated, there are several things I would like to talk about before we talk about the MSW fees. I would like to begin by talking about Hurricane Harvey, the debris update. We did indicate to the citizens when we indicated that we were going to be picking up the debris as well as the brush as well as the storm debris. We indicated that we was going to be doing these by various zones or areas. So you will be hearing me talk about this probably every week just to make sure that we keep the public or the citizens engaged in where we are in the process. So to date, we've collected about 395,000 cubic yards, and that is equivalent to about a year and a half of city collections. So yesterday, Monday, October the 30th, collection began in Area 1B. Looking ahead, we're asking for Area 2 to have their items ready for collection by 7 a.m. on Monday, November the 6th, and you see a copy of, or at least a map of Area 2. We would like to continue to talk about these areas every week until we complete the final process. We do appreciate the residents' patience as we continue to collect this debris. Keeping in mind, we want to continue to make sure that citizens understand the areas that will be picked up. And this is for the brush as well as the storm debris. Both of them will be picked up at the same time. That takes care of the debris update. The Bond 2014 Staples project, last week we had a grand opening and a groundbreaking combination regarding Staples Street. So we ended one part of Staples and we'll be beginning another section of Staples from Morgan to Alameda. So the engineering department will be hosting a public meeting regarding this Bond 2014 Staples Street Improvement Project at 5:30 tomorrow at City Hall in the 6th floor conference room. This is a $3.8 million project, and it includes a full-depth reconstruction of the existing 4-lane roadway and includes an RTA bus pads, pavement markings, and underground utilities. Work is expected to get underway in mid-November and scheduled to last about 11 months. The last two items, I need to go into the well, and it is going to be discussing our water quality manager as well as our finance department. So, Mayor and Council, I'd like to try to highlight as often as possible anything in reference to water, because it's really a critical area for us, and I think we all recognize that. But we have a water quality manager, a new water quality manager that I want to introduce. If Krista Anvanez, I don't know whether I pronounce your name correctly, so help me through this, please. Okay, so how bad did I do?
Ibanez.
Oh,
That's close.
Oh, very close, but I want to get it right. Okay, so Crystal, we are proud to announce Crystal recently attained her Class A operator license, and that's a big deal in the water world. The Class A water license had a 44% pass rate in the last quarter. In order to test, employees must have 8 years of experience and over 184 hours of training. Operators are responsible for ensuring our water supply meets all drinking water quality standards and are committed to protecting the public's health and safety. The City of Corpus Christi now has 8 employees holding their Class A water license. And Crystal was just promoted, as I just mentioned, to Water Quality Manager. I wanted you, Mayor and Council, as well as the public, to know that we are continuing to make sure we get individuals coming into the Water Department with all of the right qualifications, and I wanted you to know who the new Water Quality Manager is for both you, Council, as well as the public. So congratulations. Thank you. We would like to, Crystal, don't go away, Crystal. We would like to take a quick picture, if that's okay.
That way you know the face to call.
Get scared? Come on down here. All right.
I think I was moving as she was taking the picture.
Okay, so the last area in the well is the Finance Department. If you could please come forward, all of the members of the Finance Department. Hi, Martha. Okay, so the City of Corpus Christi's Finance Department has been awarded the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting from the Government Finance Officers Association of the United States, better known as GFOA. And they are being recognized for the comprehensive annual financial report, and you oftentimes hear us call that CAFRA. The award demonstrates a constructive spirit of full disclosure in communicating financial information. This is the 34th year we have received the honor, and it is the highest form of recognition for governmental accounting and financial reporting. I don't know whether many of you have seen or read our comprehensive annual financial report, but it is a very thorough and detailed document, and I can understand why this has continued to receive the recognition. Mayor and Council, I wanted you to know, as well as the community to know that this department does tremendous work in putting together those comprehensive and financial report, and we wanted to congratulate you publicly, and I just wanted Mayor and Council, you and the public to be aware, so congratulations.
Thank you. I'm Martha Messer. I'm Chief Accountant. We have received this award for years and years, but it's still a lot of work. It's difficult to achieve. It's the very high standards. So,
And if everybody can introduce.
Diana Silguero, I'm a internal services accountant.
Judy Villalon, City Treasurer.
Jason Getting, Capital Accountant.
Raina Sherman, General Fund Accountant.
Leslie Newman, Special Revenue Accountant.
Adriana Berlanga, Grant Accountant.
Teddy Giggy, Bank Reconciliation Accountant.
David Riggs, Grant Accountant.
Judy Sandrusi, Controller, and just FYI, over 950 overtime hours by the staff.
For this.
Alma Casas, Assistant Director of Finance.
And Constance Sanchez, Director of Finance.
So again, Mayor and Council, we are congratulating the Financial Services Department for all of their hard work, and we would like to take a picture.
Come on, Mayor, get in the middle.
Yes, get your orange up here.
Get your orange up there.
Get your orange on.
Get your orange on.
I don't have one.
Well.
Got some longhorns in yours?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
And the asters, too.
Oh, yeah. That's why you asked her, not the longhorns. Yeah. Trick-or-treating and astros.
That's pretty good, David.
So, Mayor and Council, the last item is listed on the agenda so that there could be dialogue between you regarding this issue. So at this particular time, I would like for the Solid Waste Director to please come forward and give a presentation, after which, but before, I believe the mayor might want to say something.
Yeah, I think the council, this issue began to surface when the new collection method was imposed, and the council asked the manager to come up and give us a briefing and understanding of what this ordinance is and what it involves. And so this is the purpose and she's responding to the council's request to come give us an update on what the solid waste fee is. I understand there may be some questions that come up and that need to be really addressed as a matter of an executive session, and I think legally we can do that, Ms. Secretary. Is that so? If some questions get to the point that we're asking that need executive session, then we'll probably go into that, because we don't. We just need to go into that. But so Ms. Rose, if you or Mr. Miles Risley would ring a bell or cough real loud or jump up and down or do something on Halloween to let us know that we need to get closed session information as opposed to just continuing the dialogue. So
We'll do that.
all right, thank you. All right, proceed.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Lawrence Michalowski, Director of the City Solid Waste Operations. Presentation before you today has helped to have a better understanding of our municipal system solid waste service charge. One area of it, which we in the past we had collected it at another source, but now we've moved it up. But the charge was adopted by council in the year 2001, and always remember that this charge is not a disposal fee, and the fees that we collect are used to support the street maintenance, future landfill maintenance, compliance, and education programs. Included the MSW charge with the permit process adds accountability to the system, because there's several areas in the municipal solid waste field out there that we apply this fee to. So what this does is it brought it back up to being equally assessed amongst all the areas that we assess it in or charge it in. In this slide here, this is the budgeted MSW charge revenue. The MSW charge for commercial haulers, that's $2.9 million. Now those are the Republic Waste guys. They are the CC Disposal, all the large containerized haulers in the city. And then the second line is the MSW charge for miscellaneous haulers. That is the smaller operations in the city that frequent our J.C. Elliott transfer station. And that number is approximately $360,000 a year. And then the MSW charge for the solid waste utility accounts, that's our residents, $88,000 plus, and that's $3.7 million. So total contribution to the general fund to be used in road work and landfill maintenance, and as we previously discussed, is $7,054,000. And in this slide here, what we are looking at is how the fee is charged. In a roof, it's 0.076 cents per square foot. In demolition, it's 0.128 cents per square foot. In new residential, it's 0.06 cents per square foot. And in new commercial, it's 0.054 cents per square foot. And for an MSW charge for a new 2,000 square foot single family dwelling is $120. And that covers if you produce more waste than we charge you for or less waste than what we charge you for. It's just a one-time charge that you pay when you go and you pull your permit to build a home. Or the fee would apply to a roof or to a demolition job. We track the payment. We have electronic communications daily between Development Services and the Solid Waste Department. So we take that information that from that day's permit issuance, and it comes through our office. We convert it into Excel, and then we send it to both of our sites. So in the event that a customer does come out there, and that with a prepaid, either demolition, roof, then they present that permit number. We can go in there into the system. We can look at the permit number and verify that it's prepaid. If it's not, they don't have a permit number, they have a good address, then we can look at it and we can back check it that way as well. And we've moved the collection forward to the permit process. And with that movement was effective in October. We closely monitor the process for accuracy, and we also have the ability to make adjustments if necessary. I'm ready for questions.
I don't see any names up here. The $360,000 on your slide 1 or whatever it was.
Yes, sir.
That's what's actually been received at the city landfill at Elliott and the others, or no? Or is that a projected number?
That is our budgeted number, and that is going to be collected at the J.C. Elliott transfer station. The number above that is also a budgeted number, and that is what would pass through to the CEFI, into the CEFI Valenzuela landfill, but a lot of that is remitted on self-remittance reports that the haulers provide us.
So the 360 is basically what's come into the city's landfills?
To the transfer station, and also the number above that also goes into the CEFI Valenzuela landfill. And remember, this is not a disposal fee. This is a fee that was established in 2001 to help with road repair, financing other projects as well.
I've got a copy of the, well, I'll wait and reserve my comments. Mr. Garza?
I had some concerns about this particular change when we first discussed it, and I still do. I guess the big question mark is when we first talked about it, we didn't anticipate Harvey. So I agree with the mayor and with any comments made up here that it was not related to Hurricane Harvey. There's no way we could have anticipated Hurricane Harvey. The only thing is that you're saying we're closely monitoring, we're closely tracking it. How much money have we actually collected, say, for instance, from the time that I think you said it was implemented October 1st. I had heard from somebody October 9th. What day was it actually implemented at the permit office?
It was actually that they started the process on October the 9th, but our goal was to roll it out on the 1st of October. But to answer your question, there's been 387 roofing permits issued for a charge collected of over $74,000.
And can you go back to the screen where you showed where all the revenues were, please? Right there. Okay, this $74,000 is going into which accounts, just so that I can understand?
It has an accounting code signed to it, so it automatically goes into the general fund revenues. But yes, it could show up on this 360 line.
It could show up on the 360,000. So is that the amount of revenue that we were budgeted to have this year? What was the amount of revenue that we had or that we received last year, since last year is a proven number?
Basically, it's flat. It's about approximately that number. We might have inflated it by 1%.
Okay, so we made this change, and we're putting some hardship, I believe, at least this particular time, on some contractors and some homeowners for no change in revenue. Are we giving them a discount when they go over to the landfill? Are we giving them a discount? Oh, they paid a permit and they paid $150. So if their disposal fee was $450 last time on a 2,000 square foot house or roof, they're going to get $200 off of this disposal fee. Is that or are we actually generating revenue from this thing?
Actually, on the house there, when in the past, how it was collected was if one of the containerized haulers in the city was working for a new home builder, that fee was already established in that dumpster charge. So what we did is we took that dumpster charge out of the solid waste bill that they would get, and we moved just that portion, the MSW charge, over to the permit fee.
Okay, so somebody that's a contractor that's hauling a trailer with his roofing stuff.
Yes.
He's going to see an increase. The big commercial guys are basically getting a reduction right now, and they're going to.
There's no reduction. No one's getting a reduction. If a hauler with a trailer sees an increase now, it's because he had not been paying that fee in the past for whatever reasons.
Well, some haulers, because of the fact that the city landfill does not do pull-offs.
Correct. Liability issue.
So they'll go somewhere else to do pull-offs. And that's certainly the case in my situation. So I'll go dump it at El Centro.
Yes.
And again, with the exception of a couple of roads leading to 44, my guys don't travel on city streets, but I'm paying an additional fee. And again, I'm still going to go pull the permit, but there's going to be a lot of people that are either not going to pull a permit, which I think it's a good practice for people to pull permits. It's the law. Mm-hmm. But the other side of it is the concern that I have is for a guy quoting an older lady that's on a fixed income trying to get a roof rebuilt, having to spend another $300 or $400. The likelihood is that they're going to say, we can do it this way, but I mean, with no disposal, we're going to have to just do an overlay. Now, again, overlay is not going to create any damage or any disposal, but you're still going to charge them a disposal fee when they go pull the permit. Okay, so they're paying for something that they're not really generating.
The disposal fee is applied when you get to the disposal site. This fee we're talking about here today only applies to you driving on the city streets, and that's how it's always been applied.
You're driving on city streets, and you're not. I mean, you're not hauling on city streets because for somebody who's doing overlay, which again is something I don't recommend. And if you're looking to try to improve or get improved building standards, you're going to encourage. I mean, you're not going to give anybody a way of being able to do their roof for a reasonable amount. I mean, I see the roofers' concerns, and again, doing it right before or during a catastrophic event like Hurricane Harvey, I think is sad. I mean, it's not a good time to do it, first off. But I just also think that if you're collecting MSW fees, and you've been collecting MSW fees since 2001?
2001.
2001, so 16 years now.
Yes.
Did we feel we weren't getting our fair share, or what led to this? The other thing is, I mean, we're going to be tracking and we're going to be monitoring how much money are we going to generate how much additional revenue? We're not going to generate any additional revenue, but I can see us generating some additional expense for all the administration it's going to take in order to be able to collect this fee.
I'm sure that we will generate some additional revenue.
Okay, so it is an intention to generate additional revenue.
Well, the intention is to administer the charge or the fee fairly amongst everybody in the city, because we apply this fee. If you have a dumpster behind your business, you look on your dumpster bill and you have MSW line item on there. That line item is on there. You're a resident. You have that line item on your bill at home. And if you're an outside of the city limits contractor and you come in and you do a demo job and you come to the landfill, then you would, if you go to the Seffi landfill, then you would remit also there, or if you went to the JCL at transfer station, you would remit there. Our goal was solely to keep this as level playing field as possible, because if on the disposal side with the haulers, and they have put or pay contracts with us. So those put or pay contracts, they all know what they pay per ton when they come to the Seffi Valenzuela landfill. They also know what they pay on the MSW charge. So that's two key components whenever they prepare a bid to give to you or to somebody else. Then the only other two items left is, one is the service that they're going to provide you and how much it's going to charge you to pull in there.
Let me interrupt you. That I'm kind of getting the nod that we might be getting into some areas that we need to.
We're getting to the line of questioning. It would be wise to go into executive session. And this would be an executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.071 and Texas Disciplinary Rules of Professional Conduct Rule 1.05 to consult with attorneys concerning legal issues related to municipal solid waste fees.
All right. Well, we'll go into that executive session, and we'll be back as soon as we finish. I hope it's not too long.